So I'm just reading this. Moderation helps everyone feel safe to build positive live chat experience for you and your viewers. Choose who can participate. Set a delay between messages. Hide or put people in timeout. Wow. Manage messages held for review. Add moderators to your channel. So, welcome to a quick unboxing review. And today is, well, it's after midnight. It's Halloween night, and hopefully you guys are having a great time. I see I already have at least one viewer. Thank you very much. I planned on doing this a lot earlier, but I went to go see Back to the Future with my family. Please excuse me if I stutter, stop, or do other stuff, because those are the type of things that I edit out, and that's why I don't do many live unboxing reviews or live anything. I like to just stick to editing myself out. I don't like to hear the sound of my own voice, but I have to edit out a lot of me doing this, just blabbering on. So let's get to the unboxing. Now, this figure is supposed to be glowing in the dark, and I've been charging it up by putting a light right in front of his face, because I see that that's probably the only thing that lights up or glows in the dark. So let's take a look at the rest of this box. First off, I got it for $11.99, and let me turn on a light here so that this is the type of stuff I edit out. So this is going to make it look even better. I already have more lights around, but I have this special one that just makes things even brighter. So I got this at Ross. As you can see, the price tag right here for $11.99. Usually it's $19.99. I know I've seen this for like $24.99. I believe it might have been Walmart or Target. It doesn't matter. I got it cheap. And it's the same size as my G.I. Joe classified action figures. And that's the main reason I bought it. The second reason is because it says it glows in the dark. Now, this whole thing, Lon Chaney in the background, is fantastic. Glows in the dark, that's what caught my eye. And of course, because it's a Universal Monsters, I had to get this. Now, one that I really wanted to get was Frankenstein. That's who I really wanted. I still have my Remco Frankenstein right here. His nose and chin are rubbed off, but he was my favorite as a kid, and probably still is now, unless, you know, Bela Lugosi's Dracula is on, then I'll watch that. The back, all black and white. That's pretty cool. I wonder why Bela Lugosi was not included in this line. So we only have the Mummy, Frankenstein, or Frankenstein's monster, and the Wolfman. Back to the front. An authentic posable action figure based on the classic Universal famous Mini Monsters collection from the early 1980s. Huh. I wonder if that's talking about the Remco figures, because these were, what, 1981? Let's see. 1980. I wonder if this is what they were talking about, these mini monsters. And they're not really that mini, as they are 3 3/4 inches, the same size as G.I. Joe. The card back is super, super thick. The bubble seems pretty nice and sturdy as well. So let's take one last look at this card before I unbox it. From top to bottom, It's in black and white. That's pretty cool, with the top saying glows in the dark. And then coming down, you've got a nice clear view of the action figure that you're getting. And then on the background behind it, you've got these almost like G.I. Joe action figure effects. In fact, let me bring down this guy. So you got like these effects around it, but this time instead of being around the picture of the action figure, you actually have it behind the action figure. And then Universal City Studios, the Wolfman. Universal City Studios. I wonder if that's meaning like the shop at Universal City. And I think that's where I've seen this. It wasn't Walmart, it wasn't Target. I've seen this at Universal City. And that place, if you go there, everything's just marked up like 20 more extra dollars. Anyways, let's get to this unboxing so I can go to sleep. Hey, look at that. And it comes with a base for your action figure. That's pretty neat. That's nice. But looking at him, he looks already pretty nice and sturdy. And now that he's out of the box, why not smell him? And that smells okay. Not a very strong new toy smell. Let's get all this stuff out of the way so we could give them a proper review. And looking at them all the way around, yeah, that looks really nice. This looks like a guy. And his favorite color is brown because this thing is completely brown. There's no different color in the shirt, pants. He's got no socks. The detail on the hair, the head sculpt, is super detailed. This is really great. Like, it looks like it's hair. That is very interesting. That is very nice. And then on the hands, you've got the claws. On the fingers, the hair on the back of his palms. That looks great. And then the feet. Look at that. That looks great because that at the feet, it looks like he's wearing prosthetics. And I don't mind that because there is no Wolfman. He is a man in a costume. It was Lon Chaney in a Wolfman costume. And there were prosthetics. Let's see how that base actually fits here on his foot, just to help him stand. And that looks pretty, oh, he fell. But that looks great. And let me put my phone on a little tripod down here. There we go. And for size comparison, let's get this G.I. Joe Classified standing straight. And we see that the Wolfman is a lot taller. There we go. Let's put his arms down so that Big Bull feels safer. There we go. And he's not that much taller than he is. Let's see how much taller he is than a WWE action figure. And The Rock, who's a very tall man, like 6'4", is just a little, well, actually, he's kind of dwarfed a little by the Wolfman. Why don't we try some of the older Jack Specific action figures? like the Rocky Balboa line. Move over, Boa. And that actually looks a lot better. So we can have Rocky and Rocky 7 take on the Wolfman. Standing next to each other this way, not much of a difference. But once you got them face to face, you got that difference. So Sylvester Stallone being like 5'8", I'd say the Wolfman is maybe 6 feet tall here. But the detailing is so much nicer than this 2006 Rocky Balboa. It's so much nicer and so much more accurate. Though I do have to say that his clothing is very boring. It's very detailed, super detailed. You got all the creases and wrinkles on his clothing, but the fact that his shirt is completely brown, there's no added color anywhere around, just kind of cheapens it just a little. Let me turn on a different light as this one just gave out on me. There we go. And now let's put the Wolfman on my little spindle here. And let's give it my final thoughts. I haven't had that much time to play with it, but here it goes. My final thoughts. This figure is very, very good. Nice, accurate. The molding, the sculpt is amazing. The face looks great. The fur, even though it's plastic, looks fantastic. The clothing look great. The sculpting of the clothing look great. And the articulation is fantastic as well. That's something we didn't completely look at. He's got articulation at, whoa, and then his head fell off. But he's got articulation at the top of his neck, base of his neck, shoulders, elbow, wrist, waist, hip, knee, calf, ankle. This whole thing looks great and feels great. He's not loose anywhere except for maybe the base of his neck. And now he wants, there we go. So again, my final thoughts, all that is great. The drawback and the negatives come and that he's honestly too simplistic. The clothing being one color entirely, might as well put him in a Michael Myers jumpsuit. But it is supposed to be representing a black and white film character, the Wolfman, played by oh boy, Lon Chaney Jr. That's the stuff I edit out. Played by Lon Chaney Jr., it's the Wolfman. I do not recommend this being over $24, $24.99. I don't even recommend it being over $19.99. But at $11.99, that is a fantastic price. And it says it glows in the dark. So that's gonna be a big thing here. Let's see just how much it actually glows in the dark. Let's turn off the lights. Let's get very spooky here. And let's see it's what it sells you on. The glows in the dark. Let's see how much it actually glows in the dark. This thing's still on. All right. Let me turn off the TV. And there you have it. That is, I can't see where the microphone is. Okay. And that's the glow in the dark feature. It's only the face. There's nothing else. It's just the face. And honestly, that's okay. It looks kind of cool like this because I'm spinning him around and his face is the only thing that's glowing. And so it looks like it's a ghost floating around, and that's actually kind of cool. But it's the only thing, and I can already see the glow in the dark feature dimming right before my eyes. It's dimming. So let's turn on these lights again. Find it at Ross. Find it at $11.99. This is great because it goes pretty good with your G.I. Joe classified action figures. It goes fantastic with your Rocky action figures, but of course that's not going to work because Wolfman doesn't exist there. But if you put them next to your Once a Man Cobra Commander and your robotic missing one eye Major Blood, heck yeah, it's gonna fit. It's gonna look great with all of them. You could have Dr. Mindbender just come up and try to create another monster. And he comes up with the Wolfman. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. And I hope you had a safe, very safe, and comfortable Halloween. Till next time. Now, how do I turn this off? Okay. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yeah.